you guys say Theodore?
Theodore.
Awesome. My name is Theodore, and I am from the United States of America. I have traveled here to Japan to perform for the past several months at the World Expo, which is taking place here in Osaka. My role here is to share my culture and the instrument, the music that I play as a classical musician. How many of you know about classical music? Do any of you know any classical music composers? Any hands? How about you?
Beethoven.
Beethoven, absolutely. How about you? Mozart. And you? Bach. Yeah, absolutely. One more. How about you? Chopin. One of my favorites. Yeah. So I've been studying classical music for the past 18 years. And classical music is my favorite music to study, but it's one of many kinds of music that come from my country. How many of you know of other music from the United States of America? How about you? Rock and roll. Yeah. Anyone else?
String.
What's that?
Like a string, kind of like violin.
Yeah, some string music comes from America. How about you?
Country.
Country music. And yourself?
Rap.
Rap. Yeah. One more? There's a big one. It starts with a J. How about you?
Jazz.
Jazz. Absolutely. Yeah. One more. Starts with a B. Any more? How about you?
I don't know if it's brass or bass.
What's that?
I don't know if it's brass or bass.
Those are kinds of instruments. I'm looking for a different word. It's also a color. Any takers? How about you in the back?
Maybe blue?
Yeah, blues. Yeah, very, very good. So lots of different kinds of American music. I've been trusted to come here and share classical music, which is not as well known, but there's some great American classical music. I want to play a short piece of it for you guys. It's by a composer named George Gershwin. Have any of you ever heard of Gershwin before? Gershwin is an American classical composer. He did a lot of his work in New York, which is where I studied and have been living for the past few years. And he wrote a piece called Rhapsody in Blue. Have any of you ever heard of that? It's a piece of music that's inspired by the jazz music that he heard in clubs in New York. And so I'm going to play some of that music, and you're going to hear some classical music, because it's written down on paper like classical music is, but it's also inspired live by the jazz music that was being played there at the time. So I hope that you enjoy. to hear from you guys what you thought of that. What do you hear in it? Remember, this is a piece of music that's inspired by jazz music in New York. So what did it sound like to you? How about you?
Like some parts were like very like crazy and loud.
Yeah, some parts were really crazy and loud. How about you?
So it kind of makes me want to sleep. Like,
What's that?
It's kind of like it wants to make me sleep.
Sleep?
But, yeah, but the strong part, the fortissimo parts, it's kind of like makes me want to wake up.
That's very true. Yeah, so we've got parts that are quieter, parts with lower dynamics, and very, very good word. Fortissimo, very, very loud parts too. How about you?
That song had lots of pedals.
Uh-huh.
Lots of pedals.
I use a lot of pedal there. Yeah. They're very lyrical, and you've got to contain the sound, especially in a room like this. You've got to hold it all together. One more. How about you?
Like there was like high notes and like low notes. So
Yeah. So it uses the full instrument. Yeah. There's some pieces out there that use a very small selection of notes, and there's pianists and composers that use the entire range of the instrument. Now this is a piece of music, again, that's inspired by jazz. What do we know about jazz? Anyone? How about you? What was that? Are pretty calm. Yeah, some parts are calm. What about other parts? How about you in the back?
It's normally very loud.
Very loud, yeah. So we've got calm parts and we've got loud parts. This music, some of it sounds like it's been composed. It sounds like kind of music that you find on a page, but some of it sounds improvised. Do you guys know what improvisation means? So improvisation is like when you make up music. When you're not playing from a score, you're not playing notes that have been written down, but you're making it up as you go. Have you guys ever had the chance to improvise before? Some yeses and some no's? Those who are saying yes, how have you improvised before? How about you?
Like sometimes when you're like going to a concert, sometimes we write down our own words that we want to sing.
So you write down the words that you're going to sing? Yeah, so then you're making up new words, new approaches to what you're going to do. Anyone else improvised before? Alright, so improvisation, I think of it like play within music. A lot of the music that we play as classical musicians, it's been written down before, but we have an opportunity as well to take what we learned and create something new out of it on the spot. So what I would like you guys to do is you guys are gonna give me notes and I'm gonna improvise something to you. Meaning that I'm gonna create a brand new piece of music in real time. So we've got some of the notes on the board up here. They've been written out alphabetically by your kind teacher over here. I'm gonna call on a few of you to give me 4 notes at a time. And then we're gonna improvise on it. So can one of you tell me again, what does improvisation mean? What is it that I'm going to be doing when you give me these notes? How about you?
So improvisation means that like we're just sitting around and notes and then we make up a song.
I make up a song out of it. Yeah. And I do this by listening and trusting the training that I have in the music, and also by working together with you. Because it's not just that you're giving me random notes, but it's that we're going to work together and create something. And so I'm really excited to do this with you guys. So can I get some hands and call out some notes? How about you in the back?
Me?
Give me a note.
You can pick a sharp or a flat note as well.
Or a natural.
Just
A.
A.
Can I get another? You.
Maybe B.
B. How about you? Yeah.
Maybe F.
F. Yeah. Give me something interesting. Number 4. Give me a sharp or a flat. How about you?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Like E flat.
E flat. I'm really glad that you wrote those down. Thank you. Alright. That's kind of crazy. And the thing about improvising is like, some things, as I'm sure you guys know from the music that you study, sounds very beautiful together. Like C, E, and G, right? And some things sound kind of dissonant together. Like this set of notes that I got from you guys. That's not something that immediately sounds beautiful. But there's always a way to find a way to play this music that's going to sound beautiful together. So let's see if we can come up with something. One more set of 4 notes. Let's play around with it. How about you? C. Uh-huh. How about you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
E.
E. C, E.
Use the sharps and flags. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. I can handle it. I can take it. How about you? F sharp. Ooh. Spicy. You already gave me one. But thank you. How about you? B flat.
B flat.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Right. That's the other thing about it, is I can take this and I can move it around, right? Because that's the same set of notes, the same set of pitches, and their relationship to one another, and I can move it around the piano, because that's the beauty of this whole instrument. But I'm going to keep it as you guys gave it to me. It sounds like a dream. Uh-huh. Yeah, I feel like I'm dreaming when I'm playing it. How about you?
One thing I saw that like when it felt like it was about to end, it kept on going.
Absolutely. And I think part of that is that when you're improvising, you're really just listening. And you're getting inspired by what you're listening to. You're trusting that the ideas that you have will carry you into new and exciting places. And so when you get to the end of an idea, you find something new and exciting where you want to go next. Keep on going until you feel like you've reached a satisfying place to finish. How about you?
I noticed that you didn't just only use the ones that we use. You for the sharps and the flats.
Yeah.
You also use different flats, not only the ones that.
Absolutely, yeah. So I incorporated new sounds into the bass melody, the bass set of notes that we were given. Because there's new and exciting ways that I can branch off from where we start while keeping the same inspiration as where we started. Now I want to pivot to some European classical music. That's kind of the main course of study that I come from. How many of you guys have had the chance to work on traditional classical music? Music that comes from Europe? Composers like Beethoven and Mozart. How many of you have listened to classical music before? Let's start there. What's a favorite piece of classical music that one of you have? You?
My favorite is the Mozart,
Mozart, the what piece? Okay, wonderful. How about you? Yeah, dude, that's metal. That's fun. So we've got La Campanella, we've got Mozart. Who wrote La Campanella? Because there's two composers. Which one are we talking about?
I think it's Chopin's one.
We've got two La Campanellas. It's Paganini.
Oh yeah, Paganini.
He wrote it. Yeah. Paganini wrote it for violin. He was like a super virtuoso, so he was crazy talented. And then Liszt, Franz Liszt, is a Hungarian piano composer, and he wrote a souped-up version for the piano. It's got lots of jumps, and it's really crazy. Another piece of classical music. How about you?
I don't know the name, but it sounds like this.
Does anybody know the name of that one? How about you in the back?
I know the man who created that. I think he was blind and
Beethoven. You said what?
he was like blind.
He wasn't blind, but he was something. Does anybody know what Beethoven was?
Oh, that.
How about you? He couldn't hear. That's right. By the end of his life, he would listen to the vibrations on the floor of the piano, and that's how he would know what to compose. Because he was so good at what he did that he didn't even need to hear to write some of the music that he wrote. I'm actually going to play a piece that you guys might recognize by him, and maybe you guys can tell me what it is when I finish. But I'm going to improvise around it. All right? He wrote this. The melody that I'm going to play around by the end of his life when he couldn't hear anymore. Can somebody tell me what she said in Japanese? How about you? In English. Oh. Uh-huh. That's awesome. This piece is not originally for piano. It's for a much, much larger group of people. Do you have another hand? Do we have another hand? I've called on you several times. Let's get you. Let's get one more. How about you in the back? Oh, one more?
Oh, that's a joy.
Oh, to Joy. Yeah.
I get the points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunset. Okay.
He's helping you out.
I've heard that this piece of music is actually like really special here in Osaka.
And is it famous?
Yeah, famous in
No,
Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that like a very large group of people get together and
Yeah,
sing
yeah.
it. That's awesome. It's one of the favorite things that I've had to play here.
No, but all right.
All over. All over Japan.
Okay, wonderful. So yeah, Beethoven, very, very famous. How about Debussy? Do any of you guys know music? You know music by Debussy?
I don't know.
You kind of?
Maybe Love You.
What's that?
Love You.
Like girl with the flaxen hair? Yeah. That's a great piece. Where's Debussy from? Do you guys know? The composer.
Yes.
Yeah, give me a guess. France, exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Good job.
Debussy is one of my favorite composers. Debussy, he lived after Beethoven, but still over 100 years ago. And one of my favorite pieces by him was actually, he was inspired to write it after he went to one of the World Expos. Just like the World Expo that I get to play at now. But it was way back in 1889. Yeah. So over 130 years ago. And Debussy was at the World Expo in Paris, because he lived in France, and he heard music from Indonesia called gamelan music. Have any of you ever heard of gamelan music before? Have you ever heard of gamelan music?
I don't know about it, but yeah, I definitely
You've heard
know.
it?
I've heard of it.
That's awesome. That's so cool. It's like an orchestra of bells. So instead of string players, instead of horns, and instead of brass and trumpets and woodwind music like we have in Europe and in this part of the world, it's a bunch of bells. And he was inspired by this music, and it eventually encouraged him to write this piece of music, which is called Ogoe. And it's one of my favorite pieces of music, and it's an honor for me to be able to play it at the expo and to play it for you guys. So I hope that you enjoy. all so much. What kind of things did you guys hear in that one? How about you?
I was sitting there's some parts
What was that?
where there's some parts where you go like sometimes you go like
Yeah, so there's a lot of there's like little techniques, little trills, which is where I play really fast. And then there are really big dramatic parts where I go from being quiet to being really big. It's really dramatic, right? Anyone else? What did you think? You're one of the first group of people that I've played that piece for. How about you guys? How about you?
So I think instead of the other one, like there's like much more, like even smaller, like pianissimo, and there's even bigger things like fortissimo.
Yeah.
Also some medium things like mezzo forte.
Yeah.
Mezzo forte or mezzo piano.
What I like about Debussy is he came from a later group of composers that wasn't just trying to create beautiful music, but they were trying to push the piano to its limits. How quiet can the piano get, but still make sound? We still control the sound that's coming out of it. How loud can we make the piano, but we still control the sound that's coming out of it? So it's not recklessly loud, but it's loud intentionally. And Debussy was a master of that. And so there's all sorts of things. We get as quiet, as small as we can possibly get, and we get as big as we can possibly get. So how about one more? Any thoughts on the piece? One more? Any questions? Any questions about these pieces that I play and how they come about? How about you?
Which one was your favorite one that you liked?
This piece that I just played is one of my favorite pieces that I've gotten to play this year. Because I played a lot of music. I play a lot of music. But this piece of music, it came from the World Expo in a way. Because the composer who wrote it was inspired to write it when he was young, just like us, at the World Expo. And so it feels like an honor to be at a World Expo myself and get to learn this piece of music and get to share it with people who might be inspired and create their own music one day. One more. How about you?
So in which pavilion do you play your maximum?
So I mostly play in the U.S. Pavilion. And there's a lot of different artists in the U.S. Pavilion. There's dancers, there's people from jazz bands. I'm a classical musician, but there's people from a bunch of different backgrounds playing there. So there's one other piece that I want to play by Debussy when I'm here, and it's probably his most famous piece. I'd be curious if you guys can tell me what it is when I'm finished with it. How about you? Do you have a feeling?
What? No,
What?
what?
What song do you think it's going to be?
Maybe Dylan.
Possibility. Yeah. It's one of my favorite pieces of music as well. And I hope that you enjoy it. the name of that one? How are you? Clair de lune. Does anybody know what clair de lune means?
I think it was like a moonlight.
Moonlight. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Debussy wasn't the only composer who was inspired by the moonlight. Does anybody know of another piece that was inspired by the moonlight? We've talked about him today. How about you? No hint. I'll give you a hint. By who? Beethoven. Yeah. Very, very good. Debussy is one of my favorite composers because he wants us to use our imaginations and imagine these places. It's not just notes on a page, but it's pictures that he's painting. And so when it's Pagodes, the piece that I'm playing earlier, he's painting a picture. When it's moonlight, when it's clair de lune, he wants us to imagine ourselves someplace, experiencing something in the music. I have a couple more minutes here. I am curious if any of you have any questions for me. I'd be happy to answer. I think if it's possible, I would like to take a group photo and hand out some stickers from Spark, our lovely mascot of the U.S. Do you have Spark? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Is it in the United States?
Sure.
Pavilion,
Boys and girls.
that's Dorothy.
Listen, you get off the recording.